Hello everyone, I want to introduce the next exercise, exercise 4, which I am calling Entering Their World. And the idea is rather simple. I want you to begin in a quiet place, going inside yourself and becoming aware of your internal world. And what I mean by that is you have a kind of consciousness, a way that you think about the world that is uniquely you. It comprises your emotions, the daily thoughts that you have, this kind of stream of thoughts that are continually churning, mixed in with your desires, your fantasies, your childhood memories. And it's the feeling, in essence, of you being you, who you are, right? And you carry it with you everywhere that you go. It has a certain tone to it, a certain quality to it. And I want you to focus on your mind, your consciousness, almost as if it's something physical. You can't see your mind, you can't taste it, you can't smell it, you can't hear it. It's there and it's like, it's everywhere. It takes you outside the world and it's almost limitless, like the blue sky. But it has a feel to it, a feel that is very human and that is uniquely you. So try and focus deeply on that and get a sense, almost, if you can, that you have a physical landscape that you associate with this inner world of yours. It can be a landscape that is continually changing. It can include dark corners. It can include vast empty spaces when you're feeling relaxed and calm. It can be like an ocean that's churning continually when you're very anxious. But you, through the course of your day, through the course of your lives, you're journeying through this landscape all of the time, all right? So try and give this sense of who you are and your world as if it's something very physical that you feel that's inside of you. The next part of this lesson, once you've mastered that to some degree, is to now take this outside and apply it to other people. And this is an immensely powerful tool. Of course, it's related to empathy, but it's a way for making empathy something very real. So normally in the course of your life, when you look at other people, even your most intimate partner, even your parents, you are seeing them as an object. You are seeing them as something outside of yourself. You are translating them into something that is not at all related to your own inner world. They are just something out there. And when they're an object like that, when you're looking at them from the outside, you tend to project onto them your own desires, your own wishes, your own grievances, your own hopes, and you're not really aware of who they are. I want you to do a massive paradigm shift and to try and think of them as a subject and not as an object. And what that means is try and realize that they have the same thing that you have. They have this inner world, that this kind of tone to it, this kind of feel to it, the kind of landscape that they have, that they go through. And I want you to see, if all possible for you to some degree, to sort of have moments where you feel them as a subject, what their world is like, what their tone, the quality of their consciousness and their mind is. With somebody that you know well, it's best to begin with somebody you know well. A good way to do this is to get them to talk about their childhood. When they talk about their childhood, people change. The childhood part of them comes alive. Their language changes, their expression changes. Sometimes it's painful if they had a painful childhood, but they tend to regress. And their childhood represents who they are, because when you're a child, you are unique. When we get older, we become more and more like other people and we lose that uniqueness. So get them to talk about their childhood without making it clear what you're doing, and observe them very closely and get a feel for what that world is like for them, even what their childhood might be like, and if you can, even enter their childhood world. Get them to talk, if you can, this is a little bit weirder, more difficult, but to maybe mention some dreams that they have, recurring dreams. This gives you a very good way of entering into that inner landscape that I'm talking about. It's particularly dreams that recur. I, for instance, always have this dream continually that I am in a house, it's my own house, and the house is enormous. It has no end in sight. There are rooms that I've never even discovered before. And it's just like this kind of euphoric but almost frightening feeling. And it gives a sense of, for me at least, that there are parts of me that are kind of secret and hidden that I've never even explored before. Dreams are very revealing of that inner landscape. Get them to talk, get a sense of their anxieties. Anxieties are very eloquent to kind of reveal things that they haven't dealt with, frustrations, etc. With this kind of mix of different things that you're investigating, you're going to get a feel for their inner world. And I want you to then think of it as almost like a landscape that you're entering. So when you're talking to them, you're kind of slowly entering that foreign alien landscape that is their world, their experience. And if you take this far enough, and as I say, it's best to begin with someone that's close to you, a friend, an intimate partner, someone you trust, you can almost have this eerie sensation of it actually clicks. You actually, for a moment, feel what it's like to be them. And as I said, it's extremely powerful. It's a template that you can then apply to a lesser degree to other people, to strangers. I constantly practice this when I'm going to the supermarket or I'm out in the street. I'm trying to sense of what it could be like to be in their inner world of just the most nondescript person out there, somebody working in some office supply company or whatever it is. The idea is you're never going to know the other person and who they are exactly. They're always going to be a distance. It's not the fact that this is science that you're going to exactly.
Forever lover. In the depths of the darkest night, your love shines through, a guiding light. With every heartbeat I feel your grace. In your warm embrace I find my place. Darling, don't cry, don't shed a tear, for I'll be your fortress, I'll always be near. Though storms may rage and oceans may roar, I'll stand by your side forevermore. Through the trials and the tests we face, our love will endure, it cannot be erased. So dry your eyes, my love, and take my hand. Together we'll conquer.
Be them. But it's an exercise for developing that muscle of entering other people's worlds and transforming them from an object into a subject. And as I said, if you start practicing this exercise, it'll be incredibly powerful in all of your social relationships. So that is exercise 4 for you, and good luck with that.